Lord have mercy. The boys got them back live in the building. I dance on my dance up. You ready? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Give me one time. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Yeah. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Where the fans at? Get up by your seat. Let your body move. Cowboys and cowgirls are feeling the groove. Sipping on moonshine, fire barrel rolling. I'ma get behind that thing, girl, and hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Got my boots on the ground. Yes, sir. Lord have mercy. Whoa, whoa, oh. Got my boots on the ground. Fans, please. I hope you got good knees, cause we gon' get it up. Everybody's dancing to that tune. Join love. Hold on to your wig. Hold on to your man. Cause the steppers in the building, y'all. And it's going to fan. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Got my boots on the ground. Yeah. Got my boots on the ground, baby. Wait a minute. Boots on the ground. Kicking up some dust. Boots on the ground. Kicking up some dust. Wait a minute now. Where the fans at? Where the fans at? Where the fans at? Give me one time. Give me two times. Oh, 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 oh. I got my boots on the ground. Yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Wait a minute, let me do that one more time, but I want you to hear me. Listen here. Boots on the ground, kicking up some dust. Boots on the ground, kicking up some dust. Wait a minute now, where the fans at? Where the fans at? Where the fans at? Hit me one time, hit me two times. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Oh, yeah. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Y'all know I'm ready. Yes, sir. Yeah. Boots on the ground. Where the fans at? Boots on the ground. Where the fans at? Where the fans at? Where the fans at? Oh, 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 oh.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Orangey and the Orangey Swac Sports Network. Today is Wednesday. The month of January is just about gone. To us in this deep down south down here, to this blizzard, frozen tundra, everything you can think of. I hope y'all are nice and warm and comfortable at home. Let them pipes drip. I'm talking about your water pipes. I don't know all that other pipe stuff. Hey, man, make sure y'all out there safe. Get your fireplace, get your furnace, whatever you got. Hey, this weather's not over with. As the snow starts to melt, you about to run into black ice. It means the snow melts on the road, then it freezes over, then you got icy conditions. If you ain't from up north, which none of us is or ain't, don't have your ass out there trying to drive in it. It ain't gonna, I'm telling you, it's not gonna end well for you. I tell people I hate the snow. Go train in it for 30 days. I guarantee you, you will feel the same way that I'm doing. But you know what? We got some stuff to talk about today. Hey, man, salute to Terrell Buckley, somebody that I know. Watched that man when he was at Pascagoula. What they were the Panthers, Pascagoula Panthers. Terrell Buckley, Kevin, I think it's Marquez or McCorvey. Kevin McCorvey, Terrell Buckley. Man, that dude went to Florida State. Him and Kez went to Florida State. Both of them set records, man. Man, but Valley, you have a coach, man. Valley, you have a real coach. And I'm 100% behind him. Hell with Valley administration, that MAGA crap. But I'm 100% behind Terrell Buckley, and we're going to talk about him a little bit, man. This dude was just awesome. Cornerback, punt returner, played 14 seasons in the league, played for different teams and stuff. But you know, it's basketball time. Hey, and salute to those Southern University men Jaguars. Hey, man, Grambling, is it time to hit the panic button? Jackson State takes its first L. Men and women take their first L. Texas Southern said they had a little bit to prove. But hey, Texas Southern, your audio was crap. I call you the good and I call you the bad. The Swac Digital Network is getting better. I still don't know why they won't allow comments, but they're getting better on that. But we got also Grambling has an NIL deal. And the repealing of this 1964, man, we going backwards, man. We might want to get ready and buckle up, man. We're going to talk about all that good stuff. But first, you know, I got to hit you up with some SWAC history. And this is about good old Avery Johnson, man. Hey, man, I can tell you this. If you ain't never been down to St. Aug and the Seventh Ward in New Orleans, you need to get down there. Hey, these young men are excellent down here.
Purple gold, purple gold, purple gold, purple gold.
At guard at 5'11" from Southern University, number 6, Avery Johnson.
The head coach.
Avery Johnson. Big hoop for Avery Johnson.
Roll Tide. Undrafted. Led the nation in assists.
Head men's basketball coach.
With honor and integrity.
A challenge is sometimes all that's needed to find the champion in an individual. Pride and determination and not wanting to disappoint family was enough to lift Avery Johnson from the streets of New Orleans to the pinnacle of the NBA. Johnson learned about attitude and determination from his mother, who finished high school at the age of 55. He used that same drive to rise to success at St. Augustine High School, where he led the Purple Knights to an undefeated season and the 1983 Class 4A state championship. But the little 5'11" point guard didn't attract much attention, so it was off to junior college for more experience. Johnson then returned to Louisiana and Southern University, where Coach Ben Job's NBA system was a perfect match for him. In 1988, Johnson led Division I in assists with 13.3 per game. But once again, he didn't get much attention from the next level. So it was off to the USBL, a tryout with the Seattle Supersonics, and a few years bouncing around the NBA. There he met San Antonio assistant coach Greg Popovich. When Popovich was named general manager of the Spurs in 1994, the first move was to bring back Johnson. And when Popovich took over the head coaching duties 2 years later, his faith in Johnson paid off when the now veteran guard buried the game-winning shot in Game 5 of the NBA Finals against the Knicks to lift the Spurs to their first NBA title. That shot is one of the signature hoops in the franchise's history. In 2004, Johnson retired to the coaching ranks, and in 2006 led the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals while earning Coach of the Year honors. He also coached at New Jersey. As a motivational speaker, Johnson calls upon his mother's life lessons and the messages from his book, Aspire Higher, to tell young students to win with attitude, determination, discipline, and good decisions.
And there it is. That's your little black known SWAC fact from the one and only Avery Johnson. St. Aug, man, down there in that 7th Ward. I'm going to tell you one thing about St. Augustine. Augustine, or St. Aug, we call it. You go there, number one, you're gonna get your homework. You're gonna get that lesson. Number two, you're gonna graduate. Number three, you're going off to college, most likely on a scholarship somewhere. And I guarantee you, with St. Aug, those Purple Knights, you're going to have a good, successful career in life. All male, all black. Yeah, it is a Catholic high school, but it's all black and it's all male. Hey, man, you cannot beat that stuff, man. But let's get on into it, man. I hope you come on in. You got something to say. I dropped the link already. But we're going to talk about the breaking news before we get to basketball. And hey, like I said, man, I'm happy for the football players. They got a good one, man. Just hell with that MAGA stuff. I can't do that, but I'm not gonna sit there and act crazy. And you probably already heard about it. Terrell Buckley, that's the new head coach for Grambling. All right, Terrell Buckley was named the head coach at Mississippi Valley State University. He's 53 years of age. He's decorated a cornerback during his days at Florida State, winning the Jim Thorpe Award as the nation's best defensive back. He was drafted in the first round of the 1992 draft by the Green Bay Packers and played for the Dolphins, Broncos, Jets, Giants, and won a Super Bowl with the Patriots in 2001. So he he has the playing skills, you know. He spent 14 seasons in the NFL and finished with 50 interceptions. Now, this is his words. We're going to build a culture of accountability, hard work, belief, because winning starts with the standards we set and the mindsets we bring every single day. It goes to say on that Coach Buckley will replace Coach Wade. Coach Wade was fired after 2 seasons. If you've seen Valley in the last 2 years, hey man, it's gonna take a miracle. I mean, hey, good luck to him, man. Now he does have coaching experience. Coach Buckley does with the in the XFL with the Orlando Guardians, but they had a horrible record and they 1-9. But then of course they go on to say several high-profile former NFL players who have been hired at HBCUs. Then go on to Deion Sanders, Eddie George, Michael Vick, Deshaun Jackson, and so on and so on. I don't think this is one of those type of hires like the glitz and glamour and the cameras, and you got to worry about this group of people not liking him or this group of people. I'm only going to come to this team, watch this team because Coach Buckley is coaching. You got that with all those coaches except Eddie George. Because you got the D-Jack fans, you got the Vic fans, you got the Coach Prime fans. So you got you a real, you know, blue blood, hard knocks, no nonsense coach, man. And if you ever seen Terrell Buckley play, I know a lot of y'all in the 90s, y'all was still playing with G.I. Joe dolls and stuff like that, just because you were younger. We was actually at those games, man. But Terrell, Coach Buckley, I wish you nothing but good luck. And if you can change that program around, they need to play that song. Use a bad mamma jamma. I'm telling you, brother, good luck. Because, hey, Valley has a lot of challenges, man. But how is everybody doing tonight? Hey, if you're in that deep south and you're getting hit with that weather, if you're getting hit with that weather, let me know you're doing okay. Because I tell you, man, New Orleans people went crazy. I done seen more twerking videos in the snow than the law allowed, man. What? Not me. I stayed at the house. Now let's get into this men's basketball. As I said earlier, Jackson State took that L on the chin against Texas Southern. Glad the game was being showed. But this is the standings right now. This is the men's. And what's going on, Brother Bakar? And this is what the men's right now. Southern is 5-0. They 10-8 overall. I'm telling you, I said this a couple of weeks ago. Southern, I hadn't seen peer-review at that time. But I said a couple of weeks ago, Southern is playing the best team basketball, and hey, it is what it is. Grambling, I'm going to say again, is it time for y'all to hit the panic button? You are 1-4 in conference play. You down there with Valley and Pine Bluff. You are 1-4. I don't know what's going on from the defending tournament Swac champions in men's basketball. But this this next three-way tie for second place between Texas Southern, Bethune-Cookman, and Jackson State. Jackson State and Bethune should be playing pretty soon, if I'm not mistaken. But this is going to be something to see. I'm telling you. Not only regular season, but this tournament. So we creeping up. We only got about like a good month and a week of basketball left. And right now, Southern is they separating themselves. You took on your rival Grambling, and you did play them at home, and then you did beat them pretty good. So, and like Alabama State and Alcorn, you're not too, you ain't bad at all. You only got 2 losses. Fairview is starting to slide a little bit, and then Alabama A&M and FAMU, and the rest of y'all, you might want to start picking up the pace. I have no idea. Now the schedule that's coming up for the men, and you can find all this stuff on swac.org. The next game should be Saturday. FAM and Alcorn. In Alcorn. See, Alcorn win that one. Hey man, you back up in there. Yeah, Bethune and Jackson State. Yeah, they are playing on the Swac Digital Network at it's saying 3 p.m. Central. So Jackson State will be playing Bethune, and you can watch that on the Swac Digital Network. Alabama A&M and Texas Southern. Texas Southern, they ain't no slouch, man. So, and Southern plays Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff, that's another L for you. I can tell you that right now. Grambling versus Valley. Okay, Grambling, everybody's gonna beat Valley. Then Perryview and Alabama State, that should be a good game. But we actually have games that will actually be on TV. So the 5 o'clock game on the Saturday. Hopefully all that snow be melted, and you can go out and get you something really eat, because everybody act like they got cabin fever and log fever. You ain't been in the house another damn 2 days. I'm enjoying it. And so that's the men. So now let's check out the ladies. The ladies of basketball. And the standings for them. Texas Southern 5-0. Alabama A&M 4-1. Jackson State 4-1. And Southern 4-1. I'm telling you, that Southern and Jackson State men and women game on the 5th of February, that's going to be must-see TV. Well, yeah, one will play on one day, the other one play. But they play on 2 separate days, my bad. But I will be down in Baton Rouge to watch the men and women of Jackson State and Southern play. I can't miss that, man. I got to be there. But the women, like I said, that second place for the women is just like the second place for the men. So the competition is there. So you can have a good game one day, then have a bad game the next day, and you can find yourself in first place to third place. So that's just how it is right now. But the women, man, the women basketball games are just as talented and good, if you ask me. And their schedule. They got Thursday, FAM and Jackson State is playing. And Pine Bluff and Grambling is playing. It says video. Let's see what video they. Oh, the GSU Sports Network. Hey, man, log in to purchase. So that's how they rolling. And then Saturday, the women play Thursday and Saturday. And they got that's gonna be a doubleheader at Jackson State. So Bethune-Cookman and Jackson State will be playing on the Swac Digital Network, a doubleheader, which is good for the men and women. Valley plays Grambling. Those games will be on TV too. Alabama State, Perryview, Alcorn, and FAM. Yeah, so just about everything is on there. Then 3 o'clock also, Pine Bluff and Southern will be playing. So that's what we got for basketball and for men and women. Hey, And I keep telling these people, man, y'all need to work on y'all highlights, man. Come on, man. Work on some better highlights. Like I said, I'll be going to the game, and I will have my own highlights when it comes to what's the name, to Jackson State and Southern. I think now this is just my opinion, but I think Southern and Jackson State right now are two of the best teams in the men. The women, of course, Texas Southern, but I really don't see a team that's a definite second in the women's game, because all of them are so close together. What's going on, Sonic Boom of the South? Hey, man. But what I really wanted to come on and talk about tonight was the executive order that was signed today. And I'm gonna show you. Oh man, I pressed the wrong button. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. This is the state that we going back in. It is. Trump revokes 60-year-old executive order requiring equal employment opportunity in government contract. First thing people will say, well, what does that mean, and what they got to do with HBCUs and sports and everything else? A lot of young men and women that play any type of sport or just go to an HBCU end up working on a government contract. When you apply for that government contract, that job, they couldn't disqualify you on sex, age, race, none of that stuff. This fool, he ends all that equal employment opportunity. So now, how does it affect me personally going to an HBCU? You want a new building built. You get federal funding, or you get money from the government. They decide who they're going to hire to build that building. You might go to college. You might be a architect. You might be their engineer or whatever it may be. You might have to do the wiring for that building. Somebody in your family might have to. They can just tell you, hell no now. Based on this, man, the perfect example I can give y'all, Mayor Maynard and Atlanta. Everybody been to Atlanta Airport. The mayor, when they was building the airport, the government was giving them money. Maynard said, you won't build this airport without black businessmen getting contracts. You can look this stuff up. The first thing they said, they didn't even know it was a black engineer. They didn't know it was a black this, a black that. They all thought we did domestic working jobs. Come on, man. We going back to a time like that. Maynard told him, you ain't gonna build it here. We gonna get our share. He stood up to him, to the state, to the federal government. And as you can tell, Atlanta, that airport now, it was built on the backs of black men, black contractors who got paid. I say again, who got paid. I'm telling y'all, you might want to sit down and read this stuff to your kids. They're talking about, we going back to merit-based opportunity. We've all been on a job, or had a job, where we seen the dumbest, slowest, most uneducated person get promoted to supervisor, manager, general manager, whatever it may be. It happens all the time in the military. Trust me. Still don't know how some of them folks became in the leadership positions. But you can read this for yourself. It's talking about to protect the civil rights of all Americans. That's not, see, they try to play word salad with you. No, sir. It's not, you're not protecting anybody. Because I'm telling you, once again, equal employment opportunity. You had to hire me. You cannot discriminate against me. Once what took place today, now you no longer have this opportunity. I'm not saying that you're not going to get hired just because you're black, but trust me, you ain't going to get a job just because you're black. I guarantee you that, and we all know that. But we got to do better, man. You know, a lot of folks saying, what can we do? Boycott this and that. Hey, I'm all about boycotting. I'm a survivalist. I know how to live off the land. Can you? I don't need Amazon. I don't need FedEx. I don't need none of that stuff. Only thing. Hey, look. Only time I'm gonna get concerned is when Old English 800 stop being delivered, and that ain't gonna happen. But you need to take a few minutes and read over this man's new executive order. 60 years. This has been going on for 60 years. Equal employment opportunity. Wasn't no problem with it. We still last one's hired, first one fired. Now you ain't gonna be hired at all in a lot of places. These people know government contracts have a lot of good money in them. A lot of good money. Now, if somebody got something to say, you more than welcome to disagree or agree with me. So, and appreciate you, Sonic Boom, like and share. And Fred, you're right. It's protecting whiteness. And hey, I'm telling y'all, these people are not playing. Not playing. When I get back down to Texas, they already told me they sent 1,500 more troops down to the border. This ain't a game, man. These people want to take every damn dime from us. Now, I'm not going to show. Oh, I got Sonic Boom and Bakari. Okay, I'm going to let y'all up, and I just want to say one thing. I'm not going to show Valley highlights of them up there. I'm not going to do a minstrel show. That was embarrassing to me. My father who went to Valley, I know he turning in his grave right now. But we can't give up the fight. Now I'm going to let these gentlemen come up and y'all and say what y'all need to say.
You can go ahead and go in, Sonic Boom. I'll go after you, my brother.
Go ahead. You good? What's up, bro? I think you muted. Hold on.
You muted, Sonic Boom.
There you go. Some reason it keep going to mute, then unmute. No, I just want to say, I pretty much agree with what you've been saying, man. This whole, like I said in my comment, it's crazy, but it's not surprising at all. We do want to see that in there.
You froze up. Go back and you can start over, brother. It just froze up.
You got me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, I said it's pretty much like I was saying in the comment I made. It's crazy what's going on, but it's not really surprising. We knew as soon as Trump got back in there, he was going to do a bunch of foolishness.
Yeah.
I mean, the white folk got him in there, and that's all he worried about.
It's pleasing them.
Doing stuff for them and the people with the money that he pretending to be.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's getting to the point where I don't know what it's going to take for us to wake up and realize that his agenda, Project 2025, is coming to light. I mean, a lot of folks think it is just about immigration. Wait till he comes to the Department of Education. See what's about to happen there. That's why I don't understand, Valley. I'm not talking about not one of those band members. Mine's the band director. Hell with him. But those young men and women that's in there performing, not talking about them. Y'all actually going to perform and went and perform for a man that has vowed to shut down the Department of Education, turn it back over to the states. And the states where our SWAC schools are at, they are not going to actually put any resources or funding into an HBCU. And that's what Valley people don't understand. So it is what it is, man. I don't like it, bro. I mean, I want all 12 schools to do well, but I ain't gonna lie. I ain't too good on high on Valley administration right now. You did a good hire with the football, but then, you know, you beg to raise money to go up there and do that crap. I mean, wow, man. Brother Bakar, you got something to say, man?
Yeah, Valley leadership right now look piss poor. The leadership is horrible. But I'm like you, I'm not talking about any of those young men and women that's on scholarship and don't want to lose their scholarship that went up there to perform, that was put in a precarious situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It was for a lot of those people, it was a conundrum. But they did what they had to do, I guess, to keep their scholarship. But it's the administration, that band director.
Yes.
You know, and what you said, man, and what you said is right. And what things you've been saying, and when you mention about these government contracts, right? Under the Biden administration, could it have been more? Yes, it could have been more. But under the Biden administration, black-owned businesses had made like $10 billion
thriving
in with government contracts.
Yes,
like 10 billion, which means their business is thriving, which means that they're having an opportunity to hire people, which means there's going to be some black people with an opportunity to work. You know what I'm saying? For a black-owned company, actually, right?
Yes.
But now, and you got tired of, and you just get the thing that bothered me more than anything was our people in the way they act, in the way they're acting now. You know, because I'm going to tell you this: when he revoked the birth rate citizenship, I'm going to tell you right now, they can't tell us from a Haitian. In case y'all didn't know, in case you didn't know, if you don't believe me, look at the people in New Orleans and tell me where most of them come from.
I can
most of them, Haiti. Most of them was in Haiti first, then went to New Orleans. Can't tell us. So when they are looking for people,
you don't.
They want their military.
Yeah,
they want their military to be able to come to your door. We almost back to boss. It almost back to, do you have your freedom papers?
Yep.
So it's time for us to understand, for the people that really want to, and I'm gonna keep pushing this, for the people that truly want to do something, not just survive this, be able to live through it, whatever. We gonna have to come together. I ain't just saying, ooh, we gonna come together and unite because we black. Now we see that. We see that don't work. We gonna come together and we gonna work together with people who want to come together and work together and do positive things in and out of the community, man. That's one of the ways. I ain't gonna say the only way, because there's a whole lot of different ideas that we're gonna need. But that's one of the ways, man, that we're gonna, when they, what you talking about with the education, what they're doing to DI, I'm gonna have to, like, I have my own personal book drive that I started out my pocket. If you go to my channel, you can see it's got Bakari's book drive, and you can see me out there giving everybody that started with the little kids, the teenagers, now some young 20s want books, man. So, and that's what I do. I started my book drive, man, out of my pocket. and
don't blame you, brother. You got to start. I'm going to read this to you. It says, as part of this order, Executive Order 11246 is revoked, and the agency within the U.S. Department of Labor is responsible for implementing Executive Order 11246 is required to immediately cease. That means they got to stop today. Promoting diversity, holding federal contractors and subcontractors responsible for taking affirmative action, and allowing or encouraging federal contractors and subcontractors to engage in workforce balancing based on race, color, sex, sexual preference, religion, or national origin. This is, I don't have to hire you. This is, I don't care what your qualifications are. We don't have to have a diverse workforce. I can have all white males on my workforce and ain't nothing you can say about it. We might want to get ready. You're a black woman, hey, they don't care. White women that voted for Trump, you can get pushed out of there too. Some people need to wake up and realize that this man is pure evil. But when you shucking and jiving, whether it's Snoop Dogg, Soulja Boy, Rick Ross, you quote unquote supposed to be multi-millionaires, you don't think it's going to affect you, because all they got to do is throw you a bone and you go up there and dance. I was so mad, not at Snoop Dogg. I was mad at the lyrics that he sung. You up in there and a bunch of middle-aged white people, 50 to 60 years of age, using the N-word 20, 30 times, or probably more. Calling black women the B-word. That's what I was mad about. Not about his performing. I don't care about no. Snoop Dogg my age. I'm 50, so Snoop Dogg is about 53, 54, maybe 56. Yeah, about you performing. But the choice of lyrics that you chose to use. And them folks sitting there recording you like you a pet monkey. So that's just crazy to me, man. You got something to say, Sonic Boom?
Well, the crazy thing to me is some of our people have been providing them cover and making every excuse for Trump this whole time. Some of them even was telling people months ago, oh, don't worry about Project 2025. Don't worry about none of the stuff he's saying he's going to do, none of the executive orders he said he's going to pass. And they still pulling the same. I mean, you saw Byron Donald call him to say daddy's back, basically, when he was talking about Trump the other day.
Oh, man.
Between him and Tim Scott talking about how much they love him, I don't know what to do, man.
Man, I you know, I'm gonna be real with you. I thought that was a skit when he said daddy's back. I said, no, that's gotta be some AI stuff. I watched it again. He was like, daddy's back. I said, what? I said, man, you sitting there calling this man your daddy on national TV, man? Bruh, you gotta do better than that, man. And if you notice, Tim Scott and Byron Donalds did not get one position in Trump's cabinet. He don't want them there.
Did all that dancing for nothing.
All that dancing for nothing. He don't want them there. And see, he gon' what Black History Month. Now he gonna put them two out front next month for Black History Month. It's gonna be embarrassing. I don't think it's gonna be embarrassing as that preacher who was trying to scream the I Have a Dream speech. Man, I said, what is this man doing? See, I didn't watch the inauguration. I only watched clips that people sent to me. And I'm like, this dude is up here screaming like he crazy.
I didn't even watch that.
And then it was a black dude, he was a preacher, and he was doing some type of prayer, and he started screaming like I have a dream. And then he gonna tell people to go to his website and buy his commemorative coin. I said, I wish I would go buy a coin from you sitting up there dancing up there, tap dancing up there on that thing, man. But I mean, I'm worried about HBCUs because, and it goes back to this executive order and goes back to Trump. We already know we underfunded. We already know it's hard, you know, with NIL now, especially NIL. It's even getting harder to get people. And who's it? Unstoppable 25 say Trump even got upset at the bishop during the church service just for saying he needs to be merciful and have compassion.
He demanded an apology.
Man, look, you got to be an evil person to demand an apology from the bishop. They ask for mercy. Come on.
But you know what? It wasn't just him though. Today on YouTube, I've been on my feed. It's been a lot of these so-called, I guess, black conservatives or black evangelical preachers trying to call out Haley Barbour and all the people that spoke at the King Center or spoke at the different MLK on Monday that referenced Trump. One of them said, I saw one guy say he needs to apologize for that Negro sermon he gave because he was criticizing Reverend Barbour for the speech or the sermon he gave at the King Center on Monday.
I wish Reverend Barbour would. Man, and you know he won't. If you ever see Reverend Barbour on Mondays, he does that. It's the Poor People's Campaign.
Yeah.
And like he said, Reverend Barbour, man, he really, when I was studying political science, I really keyed into a lot of stuff he was saying. If the poor people would just vote, you know how much you can change. You have so many people that's living in poverty or quote unquote working poor that will not even go to the polls because they think nothing will change. But they be first in line for a handout, which they don't get. But I'm like, man, you can. It's just hard, man. But not, man, there's no way.
And I saw some people. Respond to the sermon where he referenced the mountaintop speech where Reverend Barber was referencing the mountaintop speech where Martin Luther King said, "My eyes have seen the glory to come of the Lord." In his speech, he was talking about black people witnessing the glory or taking part in the glory. So you have all these white folk and these buck dancing black folk coming out saying that Reverend Barber trying to steal the glory from God and give it to men and all this kind of just foolish.
See, man, hey, I'm gonna tell you, a black conservative, if you ever around one, how you can spot them. They are not trying to talk about anything that can help a black person. They ain't even all lives matter. They ain't even blue lives matter. They about, I want to be the only black person in the room to get the pat on the back or the pat on the head. If white folks tell a racist joke, the black conservative, he reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
If they need somebody to do some of the most vile, dirtiest work, the black conservative volunteer for it. I've seen in my whole military career, man, and I'm like, man, you got to be out your mind. And every blue moon, they'll say something, and you have to look at them like, damn, dog, really? Are you really that far gone? I mean, Herschel Walker, Tim Scott, Brian Donalds, them folks ain't just started this stuff. They've been around like this, man.
The guy that ran in North Carolina, Mark, whatever his
Mark
name
Robinson,
is.
oh my gosh. You remember Donald Trump compared Mark Robinson?
Man.
What's that, brother?
To Martin Luther King. He said Martin Luther King on steroids. And the thing about some of these poor black folks that Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker, that has to be the most embarrassing man I've ever seen on TV. I ain't that smart now. Pastor Ronald gonna come up in here with them big old words. And now you made him ambassador? Seriously. This man has told you he ain't that smart.
He dumber than Trump. And that's all.
Man. Very dumb. And there's no more such thing as law and order in this country. We gotta be careful. Even when we go to our tournaments and our basketball games and the regular season games, we got to be extra careful. A lot of these people feel emboldened, and the SWAC. I'm not going to the SWAC tournament in Atlanta, but the SWAC basketball tournaments in Atlanta. Even though Atlanta is quote unquote a chocolate city, these people gonna try to test, especially the college students, man. And we gotta come.
You still gotta make it to Atlanta too, from wherever you're coming from.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Like I tell folks, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. When I go through Mississippi on that I-10, and I don't play. I haul ass through there.
Yeah, I had to last year I was traveling, my job started this thing where they want people that's kind of managing or doing anything for another location remotely to start visiting these locations from time to time, maybe twice a year. So I'm moving from Memphis to Louisville. So I drive straight to Nashville, gas up, fill up. Anywhere I go in between, straight through from Memphis to Nashville to Louisville. I wasn't stopping nowhere in between.
I don't blame
you. Same when I used to travel to Arkansas. Even some of the white folk, I stopped at the first gas station. I made sure I went to one that was like at a Walmart in some big area. She was like, "Hey, you going to?" I said, "Where you head to?" I said, "I'm heading to Durant or something, whatever city it was I was going to in Arkansas." And she was like, "Yeah." make sure you don't stop for gas or places like this. But if you can, just fill up and don't
Keep it
stop
moving.
between here and there until you get there and stay on the highway. Don't be like these people in the movie be trying to find shortcuts and going up and all this. He said, because these folk out here, you might go miss when some of these folk out here.
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me, I travel from Louisiana to Texas all the time. I don't stop in East Texas at all. If I don't stop at in Lake Charles, I will drive all the way into Houston before I stop. I don't stop in Beaumont. I don't stop Orange, Texas. None of that stuff. I don't stop at none of that stuff. So I know what you mean. But we
Because
gotta
I
get
think
out.
it's just one guy I follow on YouTube. I haven't seen his stuff pop up in a while, but he kind of I think he live in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, and he a truck driver. And he always based his whole YouTube channel is him detailing all the black people that done disappeared as truck drivers, or the guy that got killed and found his head somewhere else. So he detailing all the places black people going to, and something happened to him that disappearing from these truck stops and all this stuff. I'm gonna look him up and see what his channel is, because I ain't seen his stuff in a while.
The introvert trucker or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I follow him. I follow him too because I drive trucks. Even though I ain't over the road, I still drive trucks. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. But the things y'all speaking about,
introverted rockstar. That's his name.
yeah. So the things y'all speaking of, I'm gonna show you. Okay, them January 6 riders got out, right?
Yes.
He free. They free, right? So now watch this. Y'all know it was a black police that had to get rid of the woman that walked in there with an AR-15, right?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all know the first thing Trump said was, this is even before he released him, when he said he was gonna release him, that he's gonna go after that black cop for murder because he shouldn't have done that. Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you what I believe. They did go up in Nancy Pelosi's house and beat her husband looking for her, right?
Yep.
Don't be surprised if they got that man. I feel sorry for that brother. And we need to start figuring out a way we can protect one another. Because don't be surprised if they already got this dude address.
Oh, they got everything.
His wife and kids' name and everything. Because they know. And now they have a president that's in charge that's going to condone it. He let out all the top ranking people with the Proud Boys. We don't understand when you find these black people caping. See, they think they gonna be okay because if I just hide under boss, if I just stay under him and let him know, boss, I ain't causing no trouble now. Sure ain't but law, that ain't me, boss. That ain't me, law. That them other Negroes over there ain't me.
I'm one of the good ones, boss.
That's exactly what they think. They gonna be okay, but they ain't. Even the ones on YouTube screaming that was screaming, "Don't vote or vote for Trump or vote for third party." They think they ain't gonna be okay. You're not.
No.
Y'all chose the Klan, the Nazi. You can't say they're a Nazi because Elon Musk just threw up the sign. Y'all chose the Klan, the Nazi, all them racist white militias they done had, which I've been telling people we need. They done had since they've been over here. Y'all chose that over your own people, bruh. When your people trying to tell you safety, them people weren't playing when he screamed out them Haitians in Ohio eating cats. He said that 2 days after they had put it on Twitter. That's what people didn't know. J.D. Vance. Then they talking about, then you got, what's her name? Roseanne Barr talking about they ain't just eating cats, they eating people. Something wrong with those type of people. We don't then you got the politician from Texas who co-signed what she said. Yeah, we need to get rid of these Haitians before there's no more people left in the country, because when they get hungry, they eat everything. We act like we didn't understand.
They was talking about us.
Yes.
I know it. I keep telling people, man, none of us grew up in the civil rights era. it's only very few that's on YouTube that grew up in the civil rights era. Very few. We need to understand that we about to go back to something similar to that. When you start taking away equal employment and opportunity, that means that you can start making up your own rules. I didn't say you can't come in here because you're black. You can't come up in here because you got this on, or you ain't this, or you ain't that. My rules. We used to have a federal government to protect us with certain equal opportunities. Now we don't have that anymore. In the civil rights era, you didn't have that. I'm not saying we're gonna be going to the back of the bus or we going through the back of the restaurants, but it's gonna be a lot of restaurants that don't want you there. Oh, we're full now. We don't have any room. Or if you do come in, you might get charged a little bit more.
I mean, they already got some making excuses to put people out or not letting them in. Oh, they weren't wearing the right thing. We thought we smelled smoke on them and all this stuff.
My hair, my locks. It's people that don't like men with locks. I don't know why, but if I was a Caucasian male with long hair and a ponytail and a long beard, it's no problem with them. So we might want to just start to get ready to look at, other avenues of approach to a lot of things. I tell people all the time, I try my damnedest every day to do business with black people. And it's not and I tell them all the time, if you're a Trumper, I'm not doing business with you. But it's a lot of folks that do business. Some of them ain't even political. I say you need to get involved. Now, this last election, I convinced some people to get involved, but it wasn't enough, of course. But now they starting to see this. They're like, wait a minute. Because everybody knows somebody that works for the government, especially in a military base. So you can be a civilian in a government contract working on a military base. If somebody in your family does that, and people, I'm telling you, my sister
work for the government.
See what I'm saying? We all know somebody, and they considered you a DEI hire. Like I told them, how can you tell somebody if they DEI hire? But they made all those people got laid off today. They're not hiring anybody. This man threatened wars and threatened tariffs and all that stuff. I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, now y'all seen the reality that we was trying to tell y'all about. I really hope folks are paying attention and have some type of plan to make sure that they themselves and their family are okay. These insurance companies, they don't know what to do right now. They don't want to get left with a bunch of people moving out their houses. Then they got a bunch of houses that they're trying to sell. But then again, if they can raise their rates up on you, they're going to raise the rates up on you. Just because they can. The jobs that we work at, a lot of us work in right-to-work states. In the South, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, all us are right-to-work states, meaning they can fire you without cause.
Uh-huh.
But you used to be able to have that equal. The feds used to be able to back you up, especially if it was a discrimination case. Because most of the times we get fired is for discrimination. And now you don't have that safe zone anymore. You don't have anybody in your corner to fight back. But they're gonna mess around and send all these people who they deem illegal that actually working in the poultry plants, that's working on the farms. All those people that's working there, most of them are running scared and hiding now. They don't know when the police gonna come kick on their door, or he signed a bill today. It used to be you couldn't go into a church. He signed a bill today where you can go into a church, school, hospital, and somewhere else. If they deem somebody to be illegal, go ground them up and get them up out of there. So the church is no longer safe for you to hide in. A sanctuary. I said, bro, you got to be a cold-hearted person, man, to go get somebody out of a church and take them to jail, man, or deport them. But hey, they voted for it, and when it starts to fall and crumble, you can't blame us this time, because they blame the housing market. They tried to blame us. I'm like, how the hell you blaming us for the housing market crash? oh, if people was taking those crazy loans and they know they didn't have the money and this, that, and the thing. No,
No, people was giving them loans, and also the property owners is overvaluing their properties.
yes,
Well, you had to get that
yes,
crazy loan.
yes. I told him, I said, man, y'all got to be out y'all mind. So this time is all on y'all, man. But we definitely got to, have shows like this where we can be able to talk about sports and we can talk about everyday life along with politics. And nobody has the right answer, or I mean, not the right answer. Not everybody has an answer that everybody likes. We all have our opinions, and I tell people all the time, I am open to talk to black men, especially. I'm a black man. We all we got. Trust me. Look, we ain't got no politicians to come help us. We ain't got no other race to come help us. We got each other. And Unstoppable says conservatives have always used a marginalized group of people as a scare tactic. You are correct. This time, Unstoppable, it just has to be if they brown or black. I mean, the brown people being where they from Venezuela, Honduras, Mexico, Guatemala, and the black people from Haiti. You notice they have not said any word about Chinese, Ukrainians coming over here. Right in Texas, you had over 160,000 Russian people come across that border, just like the Haitians did. Most folks don't know that. You had Chinese. They come across the border, first thing they do is turn their cell phone on. Now, how you come all the way across from China and has a cell phone that works all the way to the United States? Most of them people, they don't know where they at. And then they sit there and try to hide behind black people that's in the United States under the same civil rights bills that Trump is repealing. Those other groups will come to black people and say, we need your help. And here we are, last to be hired and first to be fired, but you need our help. But when we need some help from anybody, y'all on y'all own. I ain't talking about marching through the streets, hands up, don't shoot stuff. No. We need legislation. Just like that man used a stroke of a pen. If I was a governor or a lieutenant governor or attorney general, I'm using a stroke of my pen too. Let's go to court and fight this one out. I'm going to tie it up in court like you tie stuff up in court. But I'm not going to just let you take over my state and my city. It's like we have nobody with a backbone to stand up to this man. They'll give a press conference and then they'll go away. I ain't never in my life seen somebody with 34 felonies get a sentence of just guilty. Nothing. You ain't pay a fine, no probation, no nothing.
Yeah, I never seen that before.
I've been around a long time, man. And I'm like, how can you sit here and try to tell me about law and order? You've been found liable of sexual assault, business fraud, paying off porn stars, and this supposed to be your moral leader? This supposed to be a leader of what? Man, that dude is like a crime figure, a crime mob figure.
Think about this, man. People with a felony can't vote. So they most definitely can't vote for the president. But if you got a felony, if you got 34 felonies, you can be the president. Think about that, man. If you got a felony, you can't vote. But if you got 34 felonies, you can be the president. But man, but what we about to go through, I'm gonna tell you, people need to be prepared for the Trump cheese line. I'm 53 years old. I remember the Ronald Reagan cheese line.
See, here we go. Yep.
And I'm looking, and if you look at, because this shit about to be, pardon my French on your panel, this stuff is about to be worse than what Reagan did. Be prepared for the Trump, and I'm gonna call it the Trump cheese line, because anything he do, he put his name on it. And every time you slice that cheese, they had you constipated all them years, because some people just using the bathroom from the cheese they got back in 1985.
That big block of cheese. I never forget that. I'm like, what is this?
I'm gonna tell you what my daddy said, man. I was sitting in the house. I done told you about my people. My daddy will look all them people, and my daddy say, black people need to understand everything white folk give you ain't good for you. It's embarrassing standing in line. We shouldn't be standing in line for no block of cheese. So what my pops and his friend did, because but the stuff I talk about, I was like raised in this lifestyle. So what my pops and his friends did, shit, man, we started going door to door giving away food, man. Rice, beans, Captain Crunch. See, you guys in about my town, man. Oh man, we were raised on Captain Crunch. Didn't have to buy, man.
And that's what
we did it.
And that's what I'm telling folks. We got to do for each other. I remember when Reagan was almost assassinated. And one of the worst things that folks can ever say about Ronald Reagan, to me, in my opinion, was, oh, he signed Dr. Martin Luther King bill into law. This man was against every civil rights act in the history of America. This man actually tried to, well, he kept Nelson Mandela on the terrorist list. That's why Nelson Mandela couldn't come to the United States for a long time. He would not sanction South Africa. His vote had to be over. He vetoed Congress, because Congress said sanction South Africa. Everybody else in the world was doing it. Reagan said no. He signed the bill. Congress overrode him. They overrode his veto. He vetoed the bill that Congress passed sanctioning South Africa. And when Reagan left office, the wealth gap was 17-1. For every $1 a black person had, a white person had 17. That was the largest wealth gap at that time in the United States. Done by Ronald Reagan on purpose. Trickle down economics. Trump them on some, they ain't even on trickle down economics. They on some other stuff, man. You see him and Musk fighting right now over this AI, over this $500 billion AI bill. Musk told him that y'all don't even got that money. So now AI is about to take over everything. When you
know they fighting for UBI, right? You know they fighting for UBI, right? Do you know what UBI?
No, I don't know.
Universal basic income. Look at it. Look it up. Everything they're doing, they're trying to get rid of people. They want to put everybody on a government stipend of $1,500 a month.
Oh, I can believe that too. I can believe that. And the reason why I say I believe that, because any time that I use my Google search now, it says AI generate, and I don't read it, I just delete it. And I'm trying to figure out how I can block that stuff, but AI is trying to tell me how to think. No. And then all they're doing is getting whatever you put in there or whatever you're saying, they put it into their information. And I'm like, man, and I said, we wonder why our kids are so uneducated, because now, well, Google started the uneducation, in my opinion. I'm like, damn, you ain't got to look nothing up. You just type it in the search bar and it comes up. Now, you type up something now, AI gives you their overview and the answer and everything else. I said, man, this makes no sense. We already know before I left the military, they had robots carrying everything. Robots with weapons on them. Those drones that you see now, we've been using drones since 2001. Now the drones, man, are so sophisticated now. Look, the police really ain't got to come to your house if they want to blow your house up nowadays. They just drop a drone on you, man. All this stuff been just working in the long and over time. And with Musk, that Nazi salute that he did, and the Anti-Defamation League tried to excuse that, I said, you got to be joking. The ADL, I'm going to tell you the black men that they tried to destroy. Jay-Z over lyrics. Kyrie Irving over a movie. Nick Cannon, what he said. Kanye West, he crazy, but what he said. The ADL tried to destroy them over lyrics and words. Here, Musk gets on, you got to look at it. This dude is on a podium behind a presidential seal, throwing up a Nazi sign. When have we ever in America seen that? You got to go back to the 1930s in Madison Square Garden, where they had that Hitler rally. Right there, they had a Hitler rally in the 1930s in Madison Square Garden. They was doing Sieg Heil. That's but there wasn't no president there. Mm-hmm. But they've done it before, but that's how long you got to go back. Musk knows he donated what, $250 million to Trump campaign? So he gonna get whatever he wants. So and I was watching about TikTok. Now I'm not real savvy on social media, but TikTok, I mean Facebook and Twitter has started taking certain things from TikTok and putting it on their platform. I believe they're gonna shut TikTok down or make this dude sell it, or offer him so much money, so he's gonna have to sell it. I don't know why they want TikTok so bad, because the Chinese, look, this is just my opinion, damn near everything we buy comes from China. If the Chinese want to spy on you, they're gonna spy on you.
Hey, that's why they want it, to make it look like they controlling China, because they know everybody know that. But man, look, I thank you for letting me speak on your panel. I'm gonna listen offline. ACA Sonic Boom, nice to be up here with you, brother, and peace to everybody in the chat.
Okay, man. I appreciate everybody for coming up here, man, and we get this little hour in. And Sonic Boom, hey man, anytime you see the link drop, man, you're more than welcome to come up. I just wanted to put that little stuff out there, and I will go back live again Friday, and we're gonna talk more about basketball. And like I said, man, I'm working on highlights, man. But man, Swac, come on, y'all help me out with some highlights a little bit better.
I've been thinking about doing the same thing, man, but it's hard to get them.
Yeah, but I appreciate y'all, man, for coming up, man, and rapping with me for a little bit, man. But hey, y'all more than welcome to come back Friday night at 7. But until then, man, we're gonna get on up out of here, brother. Appreciate you, man.
All right.
Hey, man, thank y'all once again for joining me, and I hope y'all got something out of the conversation that me and the two other brothers was talking about, and also the Swac stuff that we talked about. But y'all, please read about what's going on, man. I'm begging y'all. Man, that's Kurt Wilson. Man, Kurt, what's up, bro? No, man, I grew up with this dude, man. Yeah. Man, Kurt, man, that Kurt went to Jackson State. He played the tuba. Kurt from Biloxi, B-Town, Mississippi. Long time, my bro. You still a state trooper, right, Kurt? Man, ain't that something, man? That Jackson State, man, that's one of the first dudes around my age group that I know that went to Jackson State. Then Dwight Battle went to Jackson State. Who else, man? It was a few of y'all that was in that class, man. That's right, Capitol Police. That's right, bro. Man, salute to you, man. Much respect, Kurt, man. Hey, man, come on, holler back at me Friday, man. If you got time, Friday, 7 p.m., man. Ain't that something, man? Yep. Tori went to Jackson State. Yeah. Carla Joyner. Yeah. I remember all y'all, man. Man, good. Hey, man, that's what's up, though, man. Hey, like and subscribe to the channel, Kurt. Oh boy, man. I know his folks. His folks know my folks, man.
You ready?
All right, man. Y'all be easy, man.
Where the fans at? Where the fans at? Give me one time. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Yeah. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Where the fans at? Get up by your seat. Let your body move. Cowboys and cowgirls are feeling the groove. Sipping on moonshine, fire barrel rolling. I'ma get behind that thing, girl, and hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Oh, 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 oh. Got my boots on the ground. Yes, sir. Lord have mercy. Oh, 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 got my boots on the ground. Fans, please. I hope you got good knees, cause we gon' get it up.